Hey everybody. So for today's movie review, I'm going to talk about the film Lost in Translation. It is a film by Sofia Coppola. I believe it was her second film, and it's also considered by many to be one of her most well-known movies. Um, so Lost in Translation, you guys, is a film where Bill Murray plays this actor, and he's kind of the I wouldn't say the mascot, but he's kind of the spokesperson you see on TV for this alcoholic beverage. And he has to go to Japan in order to get this commercial shot for pretty much an international marketing. And so while he's there, he actually has a lot of downtime. And so he tries to live Japan as much as he can. But for the most part, he's just at the bar a lot. He's not really doing a lot there. And also at the same time in this film, Scarlett Johansson's in this film, and she plays the wife of a workaholic photographer. And he's always gone. He comes home right in the middle of the night, even when Scarlett's not aware of it. Um, so she rarely sees her husband. She needs things to do. She's a philosophy. She was a philosophy student at a college, and now she's graduated from that college. So, uh, from what I gathered, it doesn't sound like she found employment anywhere. So she's just kind of following her husband on this road trip to Japan. And so these two are kind of seeking things to do in this downtime, while Bill Murray's, has to um, wait for this commercial director to be completely satisfied with his work, while Scarlett also has to wait for her photographer husband to be done with his work. So basically, these two eventually talk to each other since they always see each other at this hotel that they're both staying at. And so basically, they become really close friends during this week at Japan. And so throughout the film, they always go out to these places. They go to these, like festivals and arcades. And Scarlet specifically definitely checks out like the temples and these beautiful sceneries with these gardens and kind of this just the Japan lifestyle and just kind of really seeing what's out there and what this big city is all about, why it's always so fast moving, and why they kind of felt lost during this whole time just because it's such a quick moving city, and you always got to be on top of your game, always moving along with the city in order to be a part of it. So basically, these two are trying to really discover what Japan's all about, and while also trying to live this experience to the fullest. So basically, guys, this was a very good film. It's definitely a film where it definitely shows the beauty of Japan, kind of, what the city life is like, what the beautiful sceneries are, kind of, what a casual day feels like. It definitely also gives you the impression, like if you don't really pay attention and don't really follow along with what the city's doing, you'll definitely feel lost right away. Um, but for the most part, guys, as far as the positives go, Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson have great screen chemistry in this. Really played off of each other really well, I thought. It was just a lot of fun to see these two people on the screen together. I've been looking forward to this film for a long time simply because I'm a huge Bill Murray fan and a huge Scarlett Johansson fan. It was great to see the two of them work together. I also like how this didn't turn into a romance movie. It was just an old man and a young woman seeking friendship in this place where they don't really feel they belong. And it was more of a buddy film, and I like that approach with it. The iconic hotel, probably the most iconic thing that people remember from this film. The hotel in this film was really incredible. Um, I think there was some shots that Sophia said in the interviews that they had to get at a studio. But for the most part, the scenes that are actually in the hotel are really incredible. Just really beautiful scenery, just a lot of things going on in this hotel. And what's kind of neat is those things that are really cool at first. I like how by the end of the film, you're almost kind of sick of seeing it like these characters are, just because every single day it plays out like this. They always have the singer. They always have this bar at the same specials. They always have the same people at the bars. They always have the same people at the restaurants, the same customers, the same food, the same specials. And I really liked the kind of that feeling that they were there for a while, and that they just kind of wanted to go home after a while. Um, like I said before, that just the shots in this film are really incredible, really beautiful, just a ton of variety. It shows the business side, the scenery side, the entertainment side, the cultural side of Japan is just really, really well done what Sofia managed to do with this. If you don't know who Sofia is, Sofia Coppola is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, who did like The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. This is his daughter who directed this. She also did The Virgin Suicides, and she's going to do this film with Emma Watson soon called The Bling Ring. Um, but like I said before, I really like the feeling of routine and casualness of this film. It definitely, specifically, like there was a scene in this film where when Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson start to get close to each other and becoming closer friends, Scarlett invites him out to kind of this karaoke night with some friends that she met through in Japan. Um, and basically, like I said, it just has the feeling of casualness, people getting together, having fun, making the most of it. It really felt incredible. Um, as far as the negatives go, you guys, I did think this film was a little slow moving at times. There was just a lot of scenes in here where you almost wanted to pick up the pace a little bit, simply because we get what Sophia is trying to tell us, kind of the experience of these two people. But I really think this film could have been told at a quicker pace. There were some occasional scenes that had a really stale sense of humor. Just it was trying to be funny, and it really wasn't. One scene in here that really could have been a lot funnier with a better, more well-written scene, I thought, was there's a scene near the beginning before Bill Murray meets Scarlett Johansson, or they've seen each other, but they're not really friends yet, where he kind of has this woman who's going to give him like a massage that she claims. And there was just this really unfunny scene where like Bill Murray's trying to remove like her skirts or whatever she called it, and it was just not funny at all. It was trying to be funny, trying to be cute, and it really didn't work. There was just a lot of scenes in here that I felt really were a little bit stale like that. So as far as some scenes, like specifically with the humor goes, I think some of these scenes could have been a little bit better. Some scenes actually went on for too long also. There's just some scenes like, oh, come on, let's get to the next scene. I don't want to see the rest of this. Um, so I guess there was just a lot of things that kind of moved too slowly or felt like they went on for too long. Um, I also would have liked to see more closure to the ending. I felt the ending of this film, though it was good, it didn't feel like the film was complete. I would have liked to have seen Bill Murray's home life in the U.S. some more, or at least him talking about it some more. He did talk about kind of the experience of being married for a while with Scarlett Johansson, but we don't see the actual marriage and family itself. And even though we do hear him talk with his wife on the phone quite a bit in the film, it's just like I said, I really would have liked to have seen kind of just how dull and how long going this marriage was going. Because just by having two people talk on the phone, that's just not enough. Um, like I said before, there was just not enough closure. Like I was watching this film and I was just like, that's how it ends. Like it was a good ending, I guess, but like I said, it just didn't feel like it was done yet. I also would have liked to see more conflict in this film, and it was almost, I guess the conflict of not fitting in with the city is a conflict, I guess, but it's just I would have liked to see more than that. I would like to see complications. I would have liked to have seen, like what if Scarlett's husband thought he was cheating on her while he was gone. Like I would have liked to have seen, maybe Bill Murray, basically just more conflicts. I mean, the film was fine as it was, but it's just like I would have liked to have seen more complications go on. But overall, guys, I give Lost in Translation an 8.5 out of 10. It's a very well done film. I definitely would recommend seeing it. Um, I don't know if I would watch this film several more times, but it's definitely worth seeing once if you haven't seen it yet. I'm glad I finally got around to seeing it because I haven't seen it. I never seen it before. Um, people have been recommending this film to me for a long time, and I've always been hearing people talking about it. And I can see why. It's a very well done film. So like I said, 8.5 out of 10 for me. Very good film. Uh, Probably going to see more of Sofia Coppola's, more of her work if I can. Uh, but for now, guys, Lost in Translation is a good film. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check it out. It's quite a good film.